Hello beautiful glam girls, glam fam, glam everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it is Storytime Sunday. Good morning, get your coffee, we're doing this. Chillax with me. This from Target. If they still have it, I'll link it down below. So cute. Don't judge how I look. Today's Thursday. I didn't sleep enough last night, so I'm looking a little rough and tired. But we're gonna change that. We're gonna transform into something beautiful. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Gabriellaglamour, or like the title says, the channel says, Gabriellaglamour, glamour, 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 glamour. So if you're new, please subscribe. We do everything here. Beauty, fashion, makeup. Wait, beauty is makeup, right? Oh my god, look how pale my face is compared to my body. Body is like on tan, on Q, on glow. Face is on pale, on winter, on snow. Oh my god. No skin, no sun plus good skincare means the palest, smoothest skin of your life. Anyway, so if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We do everything here. Plus size fashion, beauty, lifestyle, cooking. Storytime Sundays, we do new makeup releases. Do we want to buy them? Few series here. This is my newest series that you guys seem to really be loving, so please subscribe for more. Come back every Sunday for another story time. I know you guys, the last two story times were like conspiracy kind of creepy stories, and a lot of you were like, we prefer like your personal stories. So today is a personal story. I don't have many crazy things that have happened to me, but I feel like this is a fun story to tell, so let's get into it. So today's story time is about one of the creepiest guys I ever dated. So I thought it'd be fun. So it's not like, I was gonna do a story time just on one of my terrible dates with him, but then I was like, you know what, why don't I just go all the way and just talk about my entire experience with him. So it's kind of like the whole story of dating this guy and how it went and stuff like that. So this guy, right, when we first started talking, I was like, ooh, I like that he dressed really nice. He's one of these guys that talked a good game. He was like, oh, I'm gonna be so successful, and you know, I have a clear career path that I'm on. And like, he would wear suits and like designer shoes, designer. The Dominican came out. He would wear designer shoes, designer belts, and he worked in a hotel, but he had like one of the higher up jobs of like almost like a personal shopper, but for a hotel, but not like a shopper. He was like a personal vacation maker. I don't know. I don't really remember. Let me shut up. A good job at a really prominent New York City hotel. My dog is barking and I'm scared. Like, what is he barking at? So yeah, sorry if you hear my dog. My husband just came home from grocery shopping and the dog is beasting to be with him, but he has to like just like sanitize himself and all that kind of stuff first. Yeah, so he had a nice job, and like I said, he would wear like designer stuff, and he talked about like having an uncle who was an entrepreneur, and so he was like, I'm really inspired by my uncle. He like owns businesses, and he would talk about like wanting to be like his uncle and learning from his uncle, and oh, I go to Florida and he takes me to business conventions, and he just talked a good game about, you know, being this hot shot, or that he was gonna be this hot shot and all this stuff. And you know, that was attractive to me. I was young, and I think any girl's attracted to that, like someone who seems really accomplished or on their way, someone who seems really ambitious and all that kind of stuff, right? And even when I went to his place, he had like a lot of like posters and like VIP necklaces from going to these conventions. So it wasn't like, you know, I thought he was lying. I was like, oh, okay, like cool, he's ambitious and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, any girl would be like, ooh, I like that, you know? But then it got to the point where it was just weird. He started saying things like, oh, I don't want my wife to work. And first of all, I was mad young, and I'm like, why are you talking about marriage? Like, nobody's marrying you anytime soon. Like, this is super casual. Like, what are you even doing? So he started talking about marriage and how, oh, I don't want my wife to work, so you would stay home with the kids and all this crazy stuff. Like, it's not 1950s, sir. Like, what are you doing planning our future? Like, that's fucking weird. So another thing that started kind of like freaking me out is that he started talking about taking me to a BBW club, and he was like, oh, have you ever heard of a BBW club? Like, I want to take you there. And I don't know, I just started feeling very like fetishized. And you know, back then I was a lot smaller than I am now, so I was almost like offended. I was like, BBW, like, what you talking about? Like, I didn't see myself as like a marginalized, different person. Like, I just saw myself as someone who was a little bit thicker. So I was like, okay, now you're being weird. Like I said, I started to feel a little bit fetishized, and I wasn't here for it. So I was like, what the hell? Like, that was weird. So a few red flags, right? Like, I was already kind of starting to feel weird, and I was kind of like, okay, he's not really like listening to me or caring about what I want. He's just, I guess, trying to have him a little thick BBW trophy wife, I guess. I don't know. But you know, I was like, well, he's really cute and successful and all these kinds of things. So I was like making excuses, as we do, right, ladies? We want to see something that ain't there, or we don't want to see what's there. But at the same time, I wasn't like super into him. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, you know, when like someone is like good on paper, but you just don't feel that spark. That's how I felt. And I was like, damn, like, why he good on paper, but I'm not really like into it like that. You know? So another thing was like when I would call to, or like when we would talk and I'd be like, oh, like, let's go out, blah blah blah, he would be like, oh, I have to make my 7-day goal list, or like I have to make my monthly plan of what I'm going to accomplish this month and all this stuff. Like, just weird. And it's like, now, you know, of course I understand the value of taking time to plan and set goals and all that kind of stuff, of course. But bro, we were mad young, like literally mad young. So I'm just like, you're doing way too much, because I'm not the kind of girl who like hits up a guy to be like, yo, let's hang out. Like, that's not really me. So I'm like, if I took the time to hit you up to go on a date and you're not jumping at the opportunity, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Like, how are you gonna be like, no, I have to make my plan for the month, I gotta set my goals? Any other time you could do that. You couldn't come out with me tonight. Clearly you don't really like me, or you think that's gonna impress me, and that's not impressive. What would be impressive is if you put everything aside to be with me. You know what I mean? Like, that you put me as a priority to show me that you're really into me. How you gonna just be like, no, I gotta make my plan for the month? Do it tomorrow. It's okay. Like, it's all right. You could do it tomorrow. Your notebook and your goals will still be there tomorrow. Like, it's okay. So that kind of started making me feel a little bit like, what? So then one of the dates we went on, bro, we went to Applebee's, because, you know, back in the day, that was like the spot. So we went to Applebee's, and it was mad cheap back then. Like, Applebee's was like super cheap back then. So we went to Applebee's, and I remember, I think I expected him to pay, because you know, that's just my vibe. So when the check comes, he literally is like, oh, we're gonna split it. And I don't remember like how he said it or what, but you know, he let it be known like we were splitting it. And I was just like, it's Applebee's. Like, you really want to sit here and act like you're all freaking accomplished and successful, or you know, you're on your way, you want to be this freaking, you know, mega success big shot, but now at cheap ass Applebee's you're not paying. Like, bro, are you really serious right now? And I actually like told him, I was like, you type cheap for that. And I think he got like a little offended. I'm trying to remember, this was a long time ago, guys. He got like a little offended, and I was like, how are you gonna get offended? Like, you really the one talking about setting goals instead of going on dates, and now you don't want to pay at Applebee's? Like, are you dumb? Like, it was just so awkward. But it gets, eventually I was like, you know what, this guy's a creep. Like, this ain't the relationship for me. Like, you're not about to turn me down, you know, when I'm inviting you out so you could go and set your goals. Like, that is really corny. And then you're not gonna pay at cheap ass Applebee's. And I'm sure there was other things that I don't remember right now. Like I said, it was so long ago. I'm sure there was other creepy things that I was just like, we not doing this. This is what we not gonna do. This is what we not gonna do. So yeah, I decided like, okay, this isn't gonna work. Like, he's kind of creepy. He kept giving me like creepy vibes too, and I don't like that, because to me that's like, what I mean is like that possessive, like always trying to touch you and like always trying to be up on you. And I know some people may like that, they think that's like romantic. To me, that's a red flag. To me, that means like you're trying to be possessive, you just want to be all up on me to kind of control and show, yeah, like a possession. And I don't like that. So I was like, nah, this ain't the business. Like, this is a dead end. Time passes and I was like, nah, like this ain't it. Like, this ain't the one, you know. I'm not about to waste my time. So, you know how when you're young, you know, you might give people like another chance, or you might get bored and just be like, okay, like I'll go on a date with this person or whatever. So that's what happened. It turned out that we lived literally like 2 blocks away from each other, which is so weird. He hits me up and he's like, you know, give me another chance, like let's just hang out. And you know, me being naive, I'm thinking like, let me hang out with him as a friend. Like, I'm bored and I'm going through stuff. I just wanna take my mind off of stuff. You know, when you're young, you go through those moments. So he's like, let's hang out on my roof. Like, I'll get something to drink for us, and we can just talk and hang out like on the roof. And I'll be honest with you guys, I know this might sound dumb to some people, but like, I grew up living in New York City, and I never lived in a building where you could go onto the roof. Even now, like in my building, you can't go on the roof. And I always wanted to experience that. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, because you always see that shit in movies and TV shows. Everyone always be on their roof. I'm like, where you living at that you could be on the roof? Because I never lived in a building where you could be on the roof. How many times can I say it? So I was low-key just like interested in going to the roof, because I'm like, damn, I want to see the view and I want to experience that. So I was like, okay, fine, like I'll come, let's hang out. He's like, I'm gonna get some alcohol, we can just chill and talk. You know, very manipulative the way guys are. If you're a young girl, don't fall for this shit, because this is what they do. They make it seem like they're your friend. They're gonna take you away from everything you're worried about. They're gonna talk to you. That was too much concealer. They're gonna talk to you and they just want to be your friend. They want to be there for you when you're going through it and all that kind of stuff. That ain't what it is, girl. They trying to get it in, okay? Let's be clear. They're trying to get it in. So my dumbass, you know, I wasn't thinking nothing. I'm literally thinking like, oh, we're just gonna chill. You know, he's being nice. So like at this point, like I said, time had passed from when we were originally dating. So at this point, like he was starting to be more like, I'm super positive and everything is positivity, and like all this bullshit of I'm not gonna let anyone get me down, I'm too positive, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, I'm down for being positive, but I'm not down for being fake or being ignorant to what's going on in the world or like my own life. Like I think that there is a difference between like being positive and being in denial, or like not allowing yourself or other people to express their feelings because you want to maintain an ignorance that you think means positivity. And a lot of people confuse positivity for staying ignorant or not feeling feelings or not letting other people feel their feelings. So, you know, I went up there thinking like, oh, he's gonna let me talk about how I'm feeling, and you know, he's gonna be there for me as a friend. And when I started telling him like how I'm feeling, he's like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. Like, don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about your problems because that's negative. And I was just like, the fuck am I here for then? Like, I thought you were, you know, I thought we were gonna hang out. Like, how you gonna tell me not to talk about my life and my feelings and stuff? The dude fucking basically starts trying to, you know what, guys, you know what. And it was so creepy. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, he started like trying to kiss me, and like it was the worst kiss ever. Like, it was like, and it was just like sloppy and gross and creepy. Tell me why in all of this mess, I don't even know when, I look down and there's an unwanted visitor in my face on the roof. Okay, after he done told me, no, shut up girl, I don't want to talk about your life, shut up girl, he had the nerve to pull his friend out. I was like, I literally jumped up and I was like, what the is wrong with you? I was so upset. I literally, like, I remember being so pissed off, getting up and being like, what are you doing? But I guess now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, well, he probably, you know, men are dumb and they just assume, okay, sorry, no, men are not dumb. Some people are dumb, some happen to be men. And the way they just put things in their mind, like logically or illogically in this case, was just some other stuff. And I guess he just assumed that that's why I was coming by, so that he could shoot his shot. And I was definitely not here for that. I was like, wow, like, that's so gross. It was so creepy, like so creepy. So of course, after that situation, I was like, okay, it's over for this guy. Like, we done. Like, this isn't the vibe. We're not dealing with that. We're not doing it. So, you know, obviously didn't date him anymore. But the creepy thing is, like, he really never stopped trying to get with me. Like, he never really stopped trying to contact me. Like, he would message me on Facebook, message me on Instagram. Like, he even went as far as to message me on LinkedIn just to be able to, I guess, talk to me, you know what I mean? And it was just like, bro, we dated a really long time ago. Like, I'm literally married. Like, why are you still contacting me? I think even like a few months ago, he messaged me, I think, on LinkedIn. Like, how creepy can you be? Like, at this point, you're like halfway on, you know, to Stalkerville here. Because, like I said, this, you know, we dated like a long time ago. And you're really out here messaging me on like every social media platform you can possibly find. Like, that is so weird. I just find that to be creepy. No, it is creepy. It is creepy. So yeah, I'm sure there's more. I just don't really remember because it was so long ago, guys. So I'm sorry if it's not juicier, but I just remember that night of him really being like, I don't want to talk about that. That's negative. Like, how is it negative to talk about my feelings, to talk about my life? Like, what are you saying? I just found that to be so weird. And yeah, I mean, if I reached out to him right now, he'd probably talk to me. He'd probably be like, yeah, how you doing? Oh. Like, what? What? Like, and I also find it weird that, you know, all these years have passed and he's still single and like thinking about me. Like, that's weird. I mean, it's one thing to be single, you know, can't judge someone for being single, but you know, because we're still young and focus on career and things like that. But it's another thing to be still hung up on like an ex from, you know, 10 years ago. Like, that's weird. You shouldn't be hitting them up. It's over, sir. And it honestly, it never really was. Like, it wasn't like I was ever like, I wouldn't say I was ever his girlfriend. At least not on my end, because I take that a little bit more seriously. Like, I wasn't the kind of person that just like dated a guy for, you know, 2 seconds and was just like, oh, be my boyfriend. Like, no, I'm not trying to tie myself down so quickly. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever had a creepy, stalky ex. I am curious if you do have a creepy story, an ex story that you want me to tell. Email it to me. My email is literally my name at yahoo.com, which is on the screen. So yeah, I would love to share some of your guys' stories. Like I said, I don't have like a lot of crazy stories, so if you want me to share, you know, your story, obviously anonymously, so that we can, I don't know, be entertained, hear your story, definitely send it to me. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Storytime Sunday makeup video. Everything I use, I will try to remember to link it in the description because I keep forgetting. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. Like I said, if you have a story you want to send me, email me, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay glam.